The box office is blowing up after the release of Barbie and Oppenheimer. Last weekend was the fourth highest grossing weekend for theaters of all time. But could that success be short-lived with both writers and actors on strike? Let's bring in former major label music executive and managing director of Strat Americas, Seth Schachner, and entertainment attorney and culture expert, Mitra Ahurian. Seth, thank you both for being here, first of all. But Seth, let me start with you on the good news part of this. Amazing weekend for the box office. And I think it was interesting what the AP said about this, that in the Barbie and Oppenheimer successes, viewers were sending a message: give us something new. They went on to say that it was originality here that was rewarded. Two movies, not sequels, not reboots, pushing the box office to highs not seen in years. It does seem like a real message that we want something fresh.
Yeah, for sure. This one seems to really have cut through the clutter, and particularly on the Barbie side, which I think is really leading, the wave here. I kind of view Oppenheimer as a little bit riding on the coattails, if you will.
Right, yes.
But yeah, it sort of hits a certain spot in the landscape and the zeitgeist, if you will. And I think, Warner, the studio behind it, took a little bit of a chance in terms of creating a different type of Barbie story for people. They've done a magnificent marketing campaign.
Yeah,
the partnerships that are out there are spectacular. And, it's working. It's great stuff to see, for sure. Yeah.
I should mention that my 13-year-old son is in Barbie. They filmed some scenes at his school. He walks past Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie. He was very excited. More about Ryan Gosling, I think. To you for the bad news, Mitra.
Yes.
The studio source telling The Hollywood Reporter, this is a critical moment for cinemas. They cannot survive another version of the pandemic and the loss of big movies. Another source saying, I don't know if people who are sitting at the negotiating table are taking this seriously, meaning the writer and actors strike, enough, or understanding it. Maybe the producers have different agendas. Maybe if you're Netflix, you aren't concerned about the box office. The strikes loom large over this great weekend we just had.
Yeah, it's so fascinating, the timing of all this, right? So we are deep into the strikes at this point, and all of the promotions leading up to Barbie happened up until the 11th hour, even for Oppenheimer, because the actors, of course, could not promote during the strikes. So I don't know if you noticed, there was a very heavy marketing campaign, which, about $150 million worth of marketing for Barbie, and I agree that, Oppenheimer sort of rode the coattails there. But it is sort of this, almost feels like a last hurrah. We're not going to have this for a while.
Yeah. Seth, I remember talking to you months ago when the writers first went out, and I said to you, how long do you think this will go on? And you said months, and I said, come on, you're not serious. But it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one good thing that, production cycles and marketing campaigns aren't necessarily in sync with all the current stuff we're seeing. I mean, the movie was made probably a year or so back, and I think they even start these marketing campaigns. I mean, the one that we're seeing with everything from, Barbie house basically in Malibu to all these different things they've done. It's unbelievable. Probably was been in planning for quite some time. But yeah, I do think if the strike keeps going on, you're going to start to see some very serious disruptions, and the overall economy, could be hurt. But I think they're closer than what people are giving them credit for. In terms
you do?
I do.
Would you agree, Mitra? Do you think we're going to get a deal at some point?
I think we have to. I think we have to. I think as consumers, we're going to start getting impatient with not having, enough content. And I think also, there's going to be a widening space for independents who, have the possibility of getting waivers at this stage by signing an interim agreement. So we might see more of that. But I don't think we're close. I think that, the streamers are taking a hard line. They have, for years, resisted releasing any data. And this is not a residual model. So we have to find a way to compensate, the actors without really knowing which films are doing great. Right.
Ronald Reagan took the actors out last time, Seth, and got them residuals, I believe, in the first place.
Yeah. Look, this is a hard thing. I came from the music industry, and about half of our business was destroyed by digital, even before we had a streaming model. And when we came out of it, there's less money in the pot, let me put it that way. And this isn't for any one unique party. So people won't, it's not a popular view, but everyone's got to adjust to these new models that are out there. I think they will. I really do.
All right. Yeah, you agree? We will. Everybody will adjust eventually.
I agree. We have to. I think that everyone has to kind of listen to the fact that we're in a different business model. We have to adapt to the fact that this is not 10 years ago or even 3 years ago.
Mitra, Seth, great to talk to you both as always. We'll see, and we certainly hope for all our sakes we get new material on the screen very soon. Thank you both for being here.